Bizarre Brain Comics. Well, hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, we're going to take a look at this book right here, which is Mickey Mouse #2 from 2020 from Peachtree Playthings. You're like, what the heck is that? Well, I had never heard of Peachtree Playthings. I took a little look, and whoops. And it seems to be a company that produces toys and educational toys and games and things, not exclusively educational, for children. You can buy stuff online, and they also sell at a variety of outlets, such as virtually all the dollar stores, Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and even Target, and they listed a bunch of other things. So I presume that this is produced by them and sold either online or at one of those outlets. And now I bought this just a few weeks ago at a thrift store, and there was a whole stack, must have been about a dozen copies of this issue there. So I presume it's something that had sat on the store shelf for ages, didn't sell, and then the store owners donated it to the thrift store. That's the only thing I can think of, because it was the only one. I've never seen it before or since. But I have an ad here on the back for several other titles that they publish, including the next issue of this Mickey Mouse thing. Okay, now this is printed. It's got a glossy cardstock cover, and it's all printed on glossy paper. So it was probably relatively expensive. That's probably because, well, it's for mostly little kids with their grubby fingers, and that helps keep it clean longer. And this features several stories that are all reprints. Now they're mostly reprinted from European publications, because remember, if after the Gold Key lost their licenses for Disney products in the late 70s or early 80s. There were Disney character comics were no longer being produced in the U.S., but they were very popular in the European market, and they had licenses for a variety of publishers there who produced new material specifically for that audience, which we saw with the Gladstone books in the late 80s and 90s, which were reprinting primarily material from the European market, as well as some of the older American-produced stuff. Now, just as like in our first story that we're going to take a look at here, it was written and drawn by Noel Van Horn for a Polish title that I can't pronounce. So we'll just take a little. This is a kind of a cool, as is often the case with Disney covers, Disney books. The cover has absolutely nothing to do with the interior stories, but that's usually with some kind of gag situation. This isn't necessarily a gag. Looks like this is a cover that's tied to a specific story that's not here. Mickey and this detective with all these spooky eyes looking at him in a whole forest of Christmas trees. And even the first interior pages, and totally unrelated but interesting and dramatic illustration. So this is from, was it Kazor Donald, I think? It's Mickey Mouse in foolproof. It's And this is originally from 2010. Yeah, 2011. The Polish book. Of course, it's translated into English. And as most of these European stories that are in here, this is the first time that they have been reproduced for the American audience. There's Mickey, and there's Peg-Leg Pete comes striding up, and he's just come out of the jail and says, "Oh my gosh, Peg-Leg Pete is on the loose. He busted out of jail." And the police chief says, "No, he's not. He's just got parole. And but he's a habitual criminal. He's the terror who ought to be locked up for good." True enough. But he turns and they have an argument. But the chief says, "There's nothing we can do. He's free to go, blah, blah, blah." But Mickey's suspicious, so he starts following Peg-Leg Pete. And, of course, I think that's what Peg-Leg had in mind all along. Goes to a pawn shop where he picks up a particular phone he had sitting there. A phone there. Waiting for him. And then he makes it while Mickey's looking in the window. Then a cop comes along and harasses Mickey. He says, "We just got a call about a peeping Tom. That's here at this location. That's you." And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. That's not. So he takes off following Peg-Leg into farther as night falls. Goes to the Custard Works. What's he doing in there? He goes in there, and suddenly, and Mickey follows him. Suddenly, stuff's going haywire. Custard blooping all over the place, and he hears a beep, 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 beep inside. He rushes out the front door, and there is a cop waiting for him. Says, "Freeze, saboteur! The jig's up." And said, "No, we got an anonymous call about someone who broke in here." Said, No. Says, "I followed Peg-Leg Pete," and then bloosh, all the custard comes gushing out, and Mickey's off again. And you see Peg-Leg Pete going to the fish works, and here's that strange beep, 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 beep. And he's looking around. He accidentally falls into a box of fish. And the night watchman said, "Oh my gosh!" He gets is out there. Said he just got a call about someone broke in. He starts chasing Mickey, and he says, "No, it's not me. It's Peg-Leg Pete." Then the watchman and the cop compare. They're both chasing Mickey. Then Mickey goes to the omelet works and sees him crawling up the side and going through a broken window, and Mickey follows him. This time he's going to be more careful. But in the darkness, he trips and falls bloop, into the omelet vat. So he comes out covered in eggy stuff. Then the chickens start pecking him, blip, 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 and he falls down the stairs right into the police chief. And there is Mickey and the chief and Peg-Leg Pete and the cop who's been following Mickey, and they confront him. And it says and of course Peg-Leg Pete has set Mickey up from the beginning. But then Mickey's smart, and he says, "Is that the same phone you got from the pawn shop?" Said, "Yes." And that pawn shop is a known fence for stolen goods. He turns to the cop and says, "I've been following Peg-Leg Pete, investigating him receiving stolen goods." Oh, and they get him on that. And the chief and Mickey dance off into the moonrise. Laugh. Then we have Morty and Ferdy, who were. This is from the Mickey Mouse comic strip, newspaper strip, Sunday, from 1939, done by Merrill Demaris, art by Manuel Gonzalez. And it's just a cute little two-pager here, but it was at that time there was a large Sunday page for the Morty and Ferdy are like they're the nephews of Mickey, like like Donald's nephews, who suddenly I can't remember their names. And it's just a simple, cute little thing. It's a gag. Then we have a little short one here. This is from Italian, Topolino. This is originally published in 2016, and it's by Giulio D'Antonio and Massaro Asaro. Sorry about butchering those names. It's The Art of the Perfect Traveler. And Mickey is getting ready to go on a trip, and he's packing up his gear. And Minnie is right there. She's offering to help and give him advice, and he says, no, blah, blah. I don't need any advice. Everything is, it's all about planning and everything. I've got everything set up. Go here, get this done, and I've got just enough time. Got the taxi waiting, taken off, and I'll have just enough time. I calculated just at the time ago when I get to the airport to get to catch my flight, etc., etc. So there he is. There's Minnie in the house, and she said, "Uh-oh, what's that?" And there's Mickey getting to the airport, getting time to buy a newspaper, all that other stuff, and he wanders through, and then he gets a call from Minnie. He said, "Mickey, you forgot your ticket." Oh my gosh! So it was just funny little stuff. Then a cute little one about while we were waiting. Mickey Mouse has busted Peg Leg Pete again. And he's busted into robbing a candy shop. And it's just, can't figure out why this place has been robbed so many times. And he was suspicious, and it was indeed Peg Leg Pete. Got him captured, tied up, and Peg Leg Pete tries a couple of tricks. They don't work, and they have flashbacks to other times Mickey caught him, and he tried these same tricks, and they didn't work. But all these tricks, he does it several. All these tricks somehow involve little pieces of candy licorice. And here's at the time he was something at the carnival, and it's this other little trick that didn't work, or started to work, and Betty caught him again. But anyway. It turns out, okay, so the cops finally get there, hauling Peg Leg Pete off, and then he realizes, oh, the candy licorice. So all those escape attempts involved using candy licorice. So wait, he grabs a bunch of candy licorice, little licorice drops, pays for them, rushes off and hands the candy to Pete as they haul him off in the paddy wagon. Then our last little tale is not really a story. It's just a goofy look at snow. It's just about stuff about snow, playing in snow, making snowmen, and it's very cute. And this is from the Dutch Donald Duck by Jos Beekman and Michel Nedorp. But that's a cute little thing. And then we're back with another, like a pin-up of Mickey as Zorro and some kind of stage play. And then an ad for the next issue. And that is fun. I hadn't seen any of these before. And, it's just fun. It's good for little kids. I'm not as big a Mickey fan as I like Uncle Scrooge or the Duck comics. I think they're overall better. But they're still fun, and Mickey has a lot of good adventure stories in the comics as well, which I do like. So, thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below, and remember, even if it's Mickey, comics are art.